Hello everyone, welcome back to Pabbly. In this video, we are going to learn how to create Zendesk user on Cognito Forms submission. So here, as a customer support manager, I am using Cognito Forms to collect the inquiries and feedbacks for support of my customers. We are managing all these inquiries, feedbacks and tickets with the help of Zendesk. That is an amazing issue management software. And now my objective is that as soon as a customer is going to submit the inquiry or the feedback through Cognito Forms, automatically that same customer should be added as a user in my Zendesk account so that my team will be able to follow up with that customer further. Now, to automate this entire process, I will have to set up the connection between Cognito Forms and Zendesk, and that we are going to do without any coding and any programming skills, simply with the help of Pabbly Connect. So if you also want to learn this amazing automation step by step for your business and you want to know that how this automation is actually going to work, for that let me take you all towards my screen. Welcome to my screen everyone. In this video we are going to learn that how we can automatically create users in Zendesk for every Cognito form submission. So as a customer support manager of my organization, I am using Cognito Forms to collect the inquiries or any kind of feedback related to the support team from our organization by the customers. And I want that as soon as a customer is going to submit this feedback form, this query form with their details and the query message, I want to add that person as a user in Zendesk. So we are using Zendesk in our organization to manage all the support queries and to manage the customer support. Okay. So I want to create a user as soon as the form is submitted over here. Now adding the details in Zendesk manually for every new Cognito form submission is going to be a time-consuming process. Therefore, in order to automate this entire process in such a way that every time a form will be submitted, automatically a user will be added in Zendesk, then here I am going to set up a connection between Cognito Forms and Zendesk. And that I am going to do without any coding and any programming skills, simply with the help of Pabbly Connect. So as you know, Pabbly Connect is an amazing automation and integration software which helps us to automate all our daily repetitive tasks without the requirement of any coding and any programming skills. Okay, so let's get started. But before moving forward, actually towards setting up this connection, I'm going to show you that how this automation is actually going to work. So as you know, this is the query form which I have created. It contains name, phone number, company name, email, and the query message. As soon as I'm going to submit this form in front of you in a new tab with some dummy details, automatically a user will be added over here in this Zendesk account. So here, let's say the name of the customer who is submitting this query form is best customer, and let's say the phone number of this customer is, let's say the company of this person is demo company, let's say the email is best98@pabblytudes.com, and let's say the query message is okay, a random message, issue an API connection. Then I'm going to simply click on submit. As we have submitted this query and the feedback form, let's go and check whether the best customer is added as a user in Zendesk or not. So I'm going to refresh the customer section. And here we can see that yes, automatically a new user is added with the same details. The name of the user is best customer. Then we have their email address, and this is the exact email address which I have entered. Here we have the details as well. That is the query which the person has submitted, and here we have the phone number. So in this way, the automation is actually going to perform, is actually going to work. So let us start learning the setup step by step with the help of Pabbly Connect. Okay. So this is the home page of Pabbly Connect, where we can reach by typing the URL pabbly.com/connect in our browser. After coming over here, we will find two options, sign in and sign up for free. So in case if you are already an existing user, you can just click on sign in to log into your account. But if you are a new user, you have to click on this sign up for free button. It will help you to create a free new account just in 2 minutes. Also, when you will do that, you're going to receive 100 free tasks every month to explore this amazing software and to test multiple automations. So as an existing user, here I'm going to click on sign in. So this is all app section of Pabbly, where we can find all the products which are offered by Pabbly. You can see we have a new UI for Pabbly Connect. We have a new UI for all app section over here. These are all the products which we have in Pabbly. Okay. Now currently, to automate this entire process, we are going to use Pabbly Connect. So let's click on access now. It has taken us towards the dashboard of Pabbly Connect. So on the dashboard, we will find all the workflows which we have created. And to save our workflows, we can also create separate folders like this. Now, to create a new workflow, let's click on this create workflow option. As we have done that, a dialog box is appear in front of us, which is asking us to provide a name to this workflow. So first of all, let me provide a name over here. Create Zendesk user on Cognito Forms submission. After giving the name to my workflow, then I'm going to select the folder. So you can see I have list of folders which I have created for different kinds of workflows, and the automation that I am going to create currently is related to customer support. So automations for customer support will be my workflow folder. Okay, then let's click on create. As we have done that, a new screen is open in front of us, which contains two extremely important windows. That is basically a blank workflow which we have to fill up, okay, in order to complete our automation. So here we have trigger and actions. These are the two main principles, the basic concepts or the building blocks we can say, on which the entire automation works. Here the trigger says when this happens and the action says do this. That means the action is the response towards our trigger. So whatever we are going to select in our trigger is going to command the entire workflow, and the actions are going to follow that same command. Therefore, we can have only one trigger in any workflow, but we can add as many action steps as we want. Now, let's suppose my objective is that every time a new form is submitted in Cognito Forms by the customer for support inquiry, automatically that person will be added as a user in Zendesk, so that these customers who are submitting the feedback or the queries will be managed by my backend team. Okay. So for that, let's suppose I'm going to take Cognito Forms and Trigger and Zendesk in my action step. When we are going to build the connection between these two applications with the help of Pabbly Connect, we will see that action is going to follow what the trigger commands. Because when the trigger happens, that means when the form is submitted in Cognito Forms by the customer, then only that customer will be added as a new user in Zendesk, otherwise not. So after understanding the whole concept of trigger and action, let us start creating our automation step by step. To start with the process, first of all, let's go towards our trigger step and let us select our trigger application. And here, by using which application you want to start your workflow, I want that when the form will be submitted in Cognito Forms, the workflow should start. So the trigger application over here will be Cognito Forms. Let's select that quickly. After selecting the application, then we have to select the trigger event. On the happening of which specific event in Cognito Forms you want to capture your response. So here my objective is that when the new entry will be made, when a new form will be submitted in Cognito Forms, the response should be captured then, and with that response the workflow should get triggered, that too instantly. As we have done that, here we have received a webhook URL as you can see, and also we have received some instructions. So we need to follow the given instructions step by step carefully to build the connection between Cognito Forms and Pabbly Connect. Okay, as we will do that, as soon as a new entry will be made in Cognito Forms, the response is going to be captured. So let us first of all copy the webhook URL, and then I'm going to tell you exactly what you are supposed to do. So here, as we have copied the webhook URL, I'm going to take you towards my Cognito Forms account, and by following the given instructions, we are going to insert this webhook URL inside the specific form which we want to connect, because then the webhook URL is going to act as a bridge for transferring the data of every new form submission towards Pabbly. So let us start doing that. Here I am going to go back towards Cognito Forms. First of all, let me take you towards the dashboard. So these are all the forms I have created for different purposes for my business, and for collecting the queries and the feedback from the customers, I have created this query feedback form. So you have to select the specific form which you want to connect with Pabbly Connect. If you have not any existing form, so you have to first of all create that form by adding all the fields which you want. So here the form is open in front of you. So here we have name, phone number, company name, email, and the query message in the form. Okay, so here we have the description as well. So this is my form. After completing the full setup of your form, all the fields which you want in the forms are added. Then from the left side, you will find the option of post JSON data to a website. On which website you want to post this data, you have to first of all turn this button on by toggling it right, and then under this option you will find the option of submit entry endpoint. So in this field you have to paste the webhook URL which you have received from Pabbly Connect. I have an existing webhook URL over here, so I'm going to first of all delete that, and I will paste the new and the recent URL which we have received from Pabbly Connect. As we have done that, now let's click on save. As we have saved this setup successfully, now we have to go back towards Pabbly Connect. It is showing waiting for webhook response. This means that now we are waiting for the response as we have built the connection between Cognito Forms and Pabbly Connect. To capture the response, we have to do a test submission, and how we are going to do that? By simply making a new entry, that means submitting the form. So here this is the form. As you know, I'm going to go towards publish section. The form is already connected with Pabbly Connect. When the form will be submitted, the response will be captured automatically in Pabbly Connect. Okay, so here we have the shareable link of the form. I'm going to open it in a new tab so that I could submit it. And now I'm going to enter some dummy details in this particular form to submit it. Let's say the name of the customer who is submitting this form is good. and let's say the last name is customer. Good customer is the name. Let's say the phone number of this customer is this, and let's say the company name of this customer is Sparkle Events. Let's say the email of this customer is goodcustomer25@pabblytudes.com. And here I'm going to enter a random query message. Let's say there is an issue in chatbot response. Okay, now I'm going to submit this form, and as soon as we have done that, let's go back towards Pabbly Connect, and here the response is captured. So in the response, we have received all the details. Let's start reading them one by one. First of all, you can see we have received the query message that we have submitted in the form. There is an issue in chatbot response. Then over here, we have the phone number of the customer who has submitted this form. Then we have their name. We have the first name and last name separately as well, along with the full name. Then we have the name of the form through which this response is captured. We have the status of the form that is submitted and all other details. This means our connection between Cognito Forms and Pabbly Connect is absolutely successful. And now every time this form is going to be submitted by the customer, automatically the response is going to be captured in Pabbly Connect. Once we have set up the connection, our objective is to add a user in Zendesk by using the same response which we have received from Cognito Forms. So for that, now we have to build the connection between Zendesk and Pabbly Connect. Let's go towards our action step and let us select our action application as Zendesk. Then we have to select the action event. What you want to perform? I want to create a user. So let's select create user as our action event. Now we are going to build the connection between Zendesk and Pabbly Connect. To do that, you can see I am already logged into my Zendesk account, and now we are going to click on this connect button. For building this connection, you can see we have two options: add new connection and select existing connection. In case if you already have an existing connection, you can just go with that. But to create a new connection, you have to go towards add new connection, and I'm going to show you how you have to create this new connection. For doing that, we have to enter the username, API token, and the subdomain. So let us first of all start with the username. Here you just have to enter the username of your Zendesk account. I'm going to enter my username, that is okay. And then after entering the username, you also have to add the suffix as it is given in the instructions. What suffix you have to enter after entering the username? You have to use a slash, and then you have to enter token. Okay, this is the suffix which you have to enter. Then next we will enter the subdomain. To get this subdomain, you just have to go back towards your Zendesk account, and you have to look towards the URL of your account. So you need to copy the URL. You have to paste it over here, and now you have to read the instructions. It is saying that this is your subdomain if you have the account URL as this. So if you have a full account URL, then after https:// and before .zendesk.com, this will be your subdomain. So here after https/ I will just delete this, and before .zendesk.com, this is my subdomain. Okay, understood? Now we have to enter the API token. To get this, you just have to follow the steps which I am going to show you. You will go back towards your Zendesk account. From the left side, here we have the option of admin. After coming on admin option, here you will find the option of go to admin center. So you have to select this hyperlink. It will take you towards the admin center, and over here we have the option of apps and integrations. Under apps and integration, here we have the option of APIs, and under APIs here we have to select Zendesk API. And now you have to add a new API over here. Before that, you have to select this token access. So you need to enable it by toggling it right. Okay, I have already done that. So I'm going to click on this add API token to add a new one. And then first of all, you have to provide a name to your API token. So let's say I'm going to give the name as new support queries. Okay, now I'm going to copy the API token. We will save it, we will close it, and we'll move back to paste it over here. Done. Now let's click on save. As we have done that, you can see that the connection between Zendesk and Pabbly Connect is built successfully. So now we are going to move forward towards entering the details in these fields. Let's start with a name first of all. So here you have to enter the name of the user to whom you want to add in Zendesk. I want to add the person who has submitted the Cognito Forms for support query as the user. So I will directly use the details which I have received in my earlier response. So instead of entering the name manually over here, we will simply map the name. You can see the name is given over here in the previous step. Let us select that, and it is mapped. When we have mapped this name over here in this field, it has become dynamic. That means with each and every new response, automatically it is going to replace. So every time a new Cognito form will be submitted, automatically in this field, the name is going to replace with the new name of that new customer who has submitted the form. And in this way, we are going to map all other details as well to automate the entire process, because if we will enter the data manually over here in these fields, then that data will become static and it is not going to replace every time. Then we will not be able to automate the entire process. Therefore, mapping is very important. So let's map the email now. Here we have the email of the customer. Then in the details, I'm going to map the issue which they have submitted. Okay. Then over here we have the phone number. So let's map the phone number as well. You have to enter the phone number along with the country code. I have already done that. Then you have to provide a role to the user. So here I'm going to give end user role. We have the organization which is already selected. And now directly I'm going to click on save and send test request button. As we have done that, the response is captured, and over here we have received the ID of the user as well. This means that the user with the name as good customer is successfully added in Zendesk. So I'm going to take you back towards Zendesk. We will go towards the user section. This is the customer section, and we will refresh this customer section once. And as we have done that, you can see that yes, systematically a new user is added with all the details. So first of all, I'm going to open this user. We have the name of the user as good customer. We have the same email address. We have the same number and also the details. Okay, this means our connection is absolutely successful between Cognito Forms and Zendesk. So in the similar manner, you can also very easily create this amazing automation for your business in order to automate the entire process of adding users in Zendesk for your support team whenever a new form is submitted in Cognito Forms. So I hope this automation is clear to you. Also, it is helpful for your business. Thank you for watching. Not only these applications, but you can integrate multiple such amazing applications with the help of Pabbly Connect. Now, if you have any doubt, you can email us at support@pabbly.com. If you want to ask any doubt, you can write us at forum.pabbly.com. And if you want to ask about the pricing, you can visit this website given over here. Do not forget to share our videos, like our video, and also subscribe our channel for more such amazing automations.